There we go. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy the Mad Kygan up here today with a surprise pickup video. It's all Blu-rays here today. I recently did a video, I think it was yesterday, talking about Blu-ray DVDs and movies and TV shows I want to upgrade to Blu-ray. And it had me thinking, you know, I want to try and get some Blu-rays. I want to try and get rid of as many DVDs as possible within this time next year, and try not to have DVDs, you know. I actually went through and actually found that a majority of the TV shows I do have on DVD do have Blu-ray releases, some that I didn't realise, with the potential of also imports as well, and region free stuff as well. So I'm going to do a bit of research here and there and try and pick up some stuff, as well as upgrading, you know, even though, like I said, if I haven't seen the film and it's a blind buy DVD, I'll check it out, and if I don't like it, then obviously there's no point me upgrading to the Blu-ray. But so I'm just going to be doing that from now on. I'm going to try not to buy DVDs now, with the exception of stuff that don't have Blu-ray releases, or stuff that I think the DVD set is worth the money. So we got here 14 pickups. So there's 14 movies. They're all movies here, with the exception of 2 that are box sets that have multiple movies on. All Blu-rays. I did trade-ins. I just traded in a bunch of DVDs that I didn't need, and as you can see, it's gone down a little bit. Gives me that bit more space. I did end up selling that Z Nation box set. The main reason I did is because I didn't like the packaging on it. But because it was so cheap, you know, I actually got a decent amount of money back from it. I got less money than I thought because a couple of the stuff that I took in wasn't the same thing they scanned on the system. So that is kind of a bummer. I was hoping for more, but hey ho, 14 things here. A couple of things are upgrades, a couple of blind buys, and some buybacks as well. So we'll start off with Star Trek, the 2009 Star Trek. They did have the Blu-ray set for the Star Trek motion picture. I know most of the Star Trek films and TV shows are on Paramount, but I already mentioned in my Paramount Plus review, for some reason the movies on Paramount Plus stutter and lag and disconnect quite often. I haven't been on it since, so I don't know if that's been fixed or not. I like Star Trek. I've only seen the original series and the Next Generation and Star Trek the animated series. Most of the Star Treks have been released on DVD, and most of them now have Blu-ray releases, so I might try and build a Star Trek collection up. But I heard mixed reviews about the this one. I think I want to say it was the J.J. Abrams one, but this is obviously a reboot of the original cast, obviously, you know, Kirk, Uhura, Spock and all that lot. So haven't seen it, but definitely be checking it out. A couple of special features on here as well. Let me know your favourite Star Trek. For me, out of all the ones I've watched, I think the Next Generation was superior to the original, but the original is an all-time classic. It took me a while to get into Star Trek. I was Star Wars growing up, but I actually realised you can't compare Star Trek and Star Wars. Star Wars takes place in a galaxy a long time ago, takes place in the past. Star Trek in the future. Star Wars is more action orientated with, you know, force and mythological and, you know, religion, if you will. Whereas Star Trek tends to be more based on, you know, science fiction, sci-fi. Whereas Star Wars is more sci-fi fantasy. So that's the biggest thing I can say about them. But definitely looking forward to checking this one out. It's 127 minutes, just over 2 hours long. This was 50p. Like I said, I got like £42 something. There was 2 that they didn't actually have. One of them was the Green Mile, and there was an Assassin's Creed as well on Blu-ray. But when I got to the tills, you couldn't find them. So, but I have got some voucher left, so I might just have a little look on the website. Next up, The Artist from 2011. I believe this is more of a modern black and white film. I don't know if it came out in 2011 or if that was the release. Looks like it's going to be some sort of yeah, I think it's basically telling a story to do with the silent movie era, but set in obviously But yeah, modern, I like, you know, black and white films, silent era, Charlie Chaplin, Lauren Hardy era, Three Stooges and that. So this one looks like it might be similar to those sort of things. I'm not sure if it's a drama, musical, or comedy. I imagine it's probably like a drama comedy, but won loads of awards. Then another an upgrade for Actor Valor. Technically, Star Trek was an upgrade. I do have a DVD of that somewhere as well. Actor Valor. It was 50p. I haven't seen it on DVD yet. Sometimes I'll do that even if I haven't seen the DVD version that I've got, and I see the Blu-ray cheap. I'll pick it up because at least then when I do watch it, I'm watching the better quality version. Not that I often find watching DVD. A lot of people say DVD looks like VHS. It really doesn't. I suppose it's on basically how big your TV is and how close you sit. But yeah, this is a war film. I think it's sort of Navy SEALs era type thing from Tom Clancy. I remember actually they gave this movie away. It was either this movie or another one from Game years ago. They gave it away on DVD. When you brought one of the Call of Duty games, I'm sure maybe it was like Black Ops 2 or something. I don't know. Weird one though. Then Battle Los Angeles, another upgrade. I'm sure I have this movie on DVD. I think it's part of a triple pack. I've got this movie again, sci-fi action film. Most of the films here are actually action films, I've noticed. For 50p, I'll take a chance on it. Next up, I wasn't the one that I wanted, but Dumb and Dumber 2. I remember watching this one years ago and thinking it weren't actually that bad. I think the third film, which is the prequel, is the one that a lot of people say is terrible. I haven't seen it myself. It's either that one or this one a lot of people hate on, but I thought this movie was decent. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I do want to get the first one on Blu-ray, of course, but the first one on Blu-ray is a little bit more expensive. I think it goes for about £7 to £10 now. Definitely worth the price, of course. Classic comedy with you know, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. I couldn't think of his name the other day, but I remember this one being entertaining for £1. Next up, Aegis Elba in The Take. Looks like it's a sort of FBI, CIA bomb, you know, attack movie. Looks like it's going to be sort of pure action based. Does come with a slipcover, and that's one thing I will say about CEX. So don't charge extra for slipcovers. Some people do on eBay and stuff. Honestly, I don't care if it's got a slipcover. If it has a slipcover, then that's great. If it don't have one, it isn't a massive issue for me. But if it's got one, I'll take it. Next up, The Commuter with Liam Neeson. I've heard, I'm sure I saw someone talk about this on YouTube, Absolute Sublime. I'm sure he talked about this film. It's either this one or another one. I think it's something like it's to do with like a train or subway type conspiracy criminal stuff. So I'm expecting, you know, balls to the walls action thriller, and I do like my action films. Next up, Escape Plan with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone. Two huge names there. A lot of people say that both Stallone and Schwarzenegger aren't great actors, but they're very well known. I don't know if I agree with that. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love Stallone. This one to do with I always get this mixed up with the movie Escape Room, but they're two completely different films. I think this one did have a sequel. I think it's to do with like Prison Break or something along those lines. So yeah. Next up, also for £1, Injustice with Chris Evans. I like Chris Evans as an actor, of course. Well, most known for Captain America. Chris Evans is a great example of an actor that, you know, while he was in the original Fantastic Four movie, as obviously playing the Human Torch, and that movie was terrible. He's really turned his career around and been in some great movies and shown he's a great actor. Of course, I think he's a great fit for Captain America. I think he played Captain America very well. Kind of like Ryan Reynolds, of course. You know, he was known in that horrible Green Lantern movie. I haven't seen it myself. I hear it's not as bad as people make it out to be, but a great example of an actor that was in that movie. A lot of people put him down because of it, but then he went on to become well known in Deadpool. Of course, he's probably one of his most known roles in today. But Injustice, I think it's sort of like it's something to do with this guy. He takes a needle and becomes something to do with needles and drug fighting in hospitals and stuff. So I'm expecting it to be sort of thriller, drama-esque type thing. Next up, a comedy, First Sunday with Chi McBride, of course, Ice Cube, Cat Williams again. This one just looks like it's going to be cheesy comedy. Yeah, so they're two thieves and stuff. So I'm expecting something along the lines of like Blue Streak or something like that. Again, good cast here. Looks like it might be a fun ride. Probably some cheap entertainment here for £1.50. Never heard of it, but it looks like it's going to be a fun one. Next up, this one really sort of surprised me. That is Ready Player One. This is an upgrade. I have the DVD, but I seen this movie in the cinema, and a lot of people hate this movie. I thought it was I thought it was pretty good. I know a lot of people said it's nothing like the book. Stop comparing movies to the books, because you're never going to have a book and a movie adaptation be just as good. But I remember watching this in the cinema. I just loved it because of all the Easter eggs. It's a video game movie, but not based on a particular video game. But I like this slipcover. I've never seen this slipcover before. So if anyone knows where this slipcover originally come from, let me know in the comments below, because I've never seen this slipcover before. I want to say it might be HMV exclusive, because it looks like something that would have been from HMV. And this was £4. Like I said, I watched it in the cinema, got it on DVD, never watched it, sold the DVD with the intention of getting it. I know this has a 4K release as well, but like I said, I'm focusing on doing Blu-ray, DVD to Blu-ray at the moment. 4Ks might come later on, but I mainly picked this one up because I like that slipcover, and I've never seen it before. And then one that was on the wish list, and it's an upgrade, and it's a wish list item, Spaceballs. I talked about this yesterday, about how I wanted it as an upgrade, so I got one off the list. £6. Amazon sell it for like $7.99, so I figured, you know, I'm not paying anything, you know, it's trading value. And I'm going to watch this film tonight. One of my all-time favourite comedy films. Mel Blanc, Mel Brooks. Mel Blanc's the voice of Bugs Bunny. John Candy, Rick Moranis, amazing cast. Such a great film. Of course, you know, in the vein of like Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein, sort of comedy. Gold, you know, spoof movie like Airplane and that. I love this film. Just so many memorable moments. The whole, we're gonna comb the, hey, we need to comb the desert, and they just using a giant comb in the desert. What, we ain't found shit, sir. Well, how can we be watching the movie when we're filming it right now? I'm a Mark, half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. I love this movie. It is a great movie. I watch it all the time. And I'm so happy to have the Blu-ray for it now. Upgrade my DVD version. So I'm happy to have this. Finally got it in the collection. And then two box sets. The first one is a buyback. The second one's an upgrade. That is the Fast and Furious 8 movie collection. £12. I figured, you know what? I know it don't have Hobbs and Shaw on here. It doesn't have Fast 9 and obviously Fast 10 either. But honestly, I've only seen Fast and Furious 1, 2 and 3. Well, 2 Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. But I've had this set before and I never watched it because they put it on Amazon Prime, then they took it off. I know it has a 4K set, but to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of these movies. Maybe when I when I watch them, maybe I'll appreciate them more. But I really enjoy the first and the second one a lot. I did enjoy the third one, but I thought for £12, I'll take it, you know, at least I can check out the 8 films, and then, you know, I can just buy 9 and Hobson Shaw, pick them up quite cheap, you know, so I don't think I'll upgrade this one to 4K unless I really, really want the 4K version. But I am happy to have it again, so at least I can check them out and do a marathon. And last but not least, Indiana Jones, The Complete Adventures on Blu-ray. I know this has a 4K set, but the 4K set is still going for around about £70. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm sure the 4K version doesn't have special features. I don't think that is the case, but part of me thinks that is the case. I love the Indiana. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people are going to be surprised at this. I haven't actually sat down and watched Indiana Jones all the way through. I've played the Lego games and stuff. You know, I've seen clips of it here and there, and I've watched part of it, but I've never sat down and watched it. Had the DVD set for a long time, and then I sold the DVD set, and this is the complete set. 5-disc set here. All 4 films. I know a lot of people don't class Indiana Jones Crystal Skull as part of the series, but and then the bonus features are sort of a digipack design here, but at least I'm happy to check it out, check out the transfers. Like I said, these are classic movies. Again, will I get the 4K set for the price point? I don't want to spend that much money. I mean, for 70 quid, I paid for pretty much all of this. If I was to buy the Indiana Jones 4K set, that would basically be more than everything that I got here, and still have some money to spare. Do you know what I mean? Put things in perspective. That's how I see it. But nonetheless, guys, I'm happy to have the Blu-ray set. I personally think Blu-ray looks really good anyway. I'm not on the 4K train just yet. I know a lot of people say it's worth the money, which is the case. But for me personally, I don't really go for 4Ks when I can get like 3 or 4 Blu-rays for the price of one 4K, at least at the moment. So there we have it, guys. There are the pickups today. Just show them all one last time. Tonight's film right there. But the best pickup for me, I'm just happy to have the... I thought that was a good deal for 12 quid. Ready Player One, and then of course 12 movies as well. So there we go, guys. There's the pickups, the surprise pickups for you. And also I figured out, you know what, I might as well do some trade-ins and get some Blu-rays in now, because when I get paid next, I need to get Christmas presents. So at least this way I'm not going to go be tempted to buy stuff. Maybe I'll have a little pop into charity shops and CX and have a little see if there's any cheap stuff. But for now, I'm happy with what I got. So anyway, guys, as always, feel free to leave a like, comment below, let me know what you've been picked up recently on Blu-ray. Do you think I should just get rid of all my DVDs and restart the collection as Blu-ray? That ain't gonna happen. Like I said, for the most part, a lot of the films I'm going to check out first, then decide to get them on Blu-ray. But if I see them cheap, and I can pick up an upgrade there and then, why not? And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. I'm not too sure if there'll be any videos tomorrow, because I think possibly tomorrow